Now, let's get started.
Hello, my dear English learners, and welcome back to our English listening and speaking podcast. I'm Emily, and I'm so happy to learn English with you again today.
Hi, Emily. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike. I'm very happy to be here too. And today, I have one big question. Why does my brain translate before my mouth speaks English?
That is a very good question, Mike. And actually, many English learners have the same problem. They understand English, but when they want to speak, they translate everything in their heads first.
Yes, my brain says. First, my brain translates the sentence into my native language. Then my brain says, check the grammar. Then it says, find the right word. And finally, my mouth says, good night.
Good night? We just started.
Exactly. My brain works so slowly that the conversation is already finished.
Well, today we are going to change that. Our lesson is called Stop Translating in Your Head.
Oh, I like that title. It sounds like my brain is getting a new job.
It is. Today, we will learn how to think more directly in English, speak more naturally, and stop waiting for a perfect translation before we open our mouths.
That sounds useful. But Emily, I have a small problem.
What is it?
My brain loves translation. It has been doing this job for years. I'm afraid it will ask for a salary.
Don't worry, we will give your brain a better job. It can become an English-thinking brain. Before we begin, Mike and I want to wish you a wonderful day. We hope you and your family stay healthy, peaceful, and happy.
And we hope you feel more confident every day. Remember, your English does not need to be perfect. It just needs to keep moving forward.
That is exactly right. A little practice every day can make a big difference.
And if you make a mistake today, don't worry. I will probably make one too. We can make mistakes together.
In today's lesson, we will talk about why we translate in our heads, why translation can slow us down, and what we can do instead.
We will also practice simple English thoughts, useful phrases, quick answers, and everyday situations.
Yes, we are not trying to make you forget your first language. We are simply training your brain to connect ideas directly with English.
So instead of thinking in my language and then changing the sentence into English, I can learn to think, I'm hungry, when I feel hungry.
Exactly, you do not need to build a sentence in your first language first.
That sounds difficult.
It may feel strange at first, but we will start with very easy ideas. And if you enjoy lessons like this, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with a friend who is learning English.
Your support helps us create more useful English lessons. And sharing is a great way to tell your friends, hey, let's improve our English together.
Now, Mike, let's start with your translation problem. Tell me what happens when someone asks you a simple question in English.
Okay, imagine someone asks me, what did you do yesterday? My brain immediately starts working.
What does it do?
First, it creates the answer in my first language. Then it translates it. Then it checks the grammar. Then it worries about pronunciation.
And then?
Then the other person asks, are you okay?
That is a common problem. The answer is not to translate faster. The answer is to make the English itself easier and more automatic.
So I should not try to translate a big sentence.
Right, start with small English thoughts. For example, if you wake up, think, I'm awake. Then, I'm tired. Then, I need coffee.
I like that last one. I need coffee is already very natural for me.
Good, you already have an English thought.
Actually, I have another one. Where is my coffee?
Excellent, and if you cannot find it, you can think, I can't find my coffee.
And if you still cannot find it, I can think, this is an emergency.
Mike, coffee is important, but let's stay calm.
I'm trying.
Here is our first important idea. Do not always translate words. Learn whole phrases.
Whole phrases.
Yes, instead of learning only the word hungry, learn I'm hungry. Instead of only learning tired, learn I'm tired.
So my brain can remember the whole expression as one unit.
Exactly, this makes speaking faster because you do not have to build every sentence from zero.
Like building with ready-made blocks.
That is a great way to think about it. English phrases are like building blocks. Let's practice. I will give you a situation, and you answer with a simple English thought.
Okay, I'm ready.
You wake up late. What do you think?
Oh no, I'm late.
Perfect, you did not translate a long sentence. You used a natural English phrase.
That was easy.
Now you open the window and see rain.
It's raining.
Great, you see rain, and the English phrase comes directly to your mind.
I think I can do this.
Now it's your turn, think about your room. Look around and make 3 simple English thoughts.
For example, the door is open. My phone is on the table. My chair is comfortable.
Exactly. You can pause the podcast and practice saying your own sentences aloud.
Emily, I have a question. What if I know the meaning of a word in my language, but I cannot remember the English word quickly?
That happens to everyone. Do not panic. First, try to explain the idea with easier English.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, imagine you forget the word umbrella. You can say, it is something I use when it rains.
Oh, that is useful. I don't need the perfect word immediately.
Exactly, communication is more important than perfection.
So if I forget refrigerator, I can say the cold machine in the kitchen.
Yes, it may sound funny, but people can understand you.
That is good. My English can survive without a dictionary.
Absolutely. Another important skill is learning to think with simple English. Many learners try to make very advanced sentences because they want to sound impressive.
That sounds like me. I sometimes want to say something beautiful, but my brain gives me a sentence that sounds like a broken robot.
Then make the sentence simpler. Simple English can be very natural.
Can you show us?
Instead of thinking, I am experiencing an extremely strong feeling of hunger, simply think, I'm very hungry.
Yes, the second sentence is much better. And I can actually say it before dinner.
Exactly.
What about grammar? I often stop because I'm checking grammar in my head.
Grammar is important, but speaking practice should not become a grammar exam every time you open your mouth.
So I should not think, is this present perfect or past simple, before every sentence?
Not during a normal conversation. You can study grammar separately. During speaking practice, focus on the message first.
That makes sense.
For example, if someone asks, have you eaten? You can simply answer, yes, I have, or not yet.
Not yet, that is easy.
Exactly, short answers can become automatic. Let's practice another situation. Imagine you meet a friend in the morning.
Okay,
I say, good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, how about you?
Excellent. Did you translate that first?
No, I just knew the phrase.
That is what we want, learn useful phrases so your brain can use them quickly.
So phrases like, how about you? What do you mean? I'm not sure. And let me think are very useful.
Exactly, they give you time and help you keep the conversation going.
I especially like, let me think. It sounds better than making a strange face while my brain searches for English.
Yes. You can say, let me think for a moment.
Let me think for a moment. That sounds very natural.
And while you are thinking, you are still communicating in English. Now let's talk about another useful habit, thinking in English during daily activities.
You mean talking to myself?
Yes, but quietly if other people are around.
Good advice. I don't want my neighbors to think I have started a meeting with an invisible English teacher.
You can describe simple things in your mind. When you cook, think, I'm cutting vegetables. The water is hot. Dinner is almost ready.
When I clean, I can think, this room is messy.
Exactly.
And then, I need to clean this room.
Perfect.
And finally, I need a break.
That sentence appears very quickly in your brain.
What about when I walk outside?
You can describe what you see. The sky is blue. There are many people. That dog is cute. The bus is coming.
What if I see a very big dog?
You can think, that dog is huge.
And if it looks at me?
You can think, please don't eat me.
Emily.
I'm joking, you can simply think, that dog is looking at me.
Much calmer.
Another helpful habit is asking yourself simple questions in English.
Such as?
What am I doing? Where am I going? What do I need? What do I want? How do I feel?
Those questions are easy enough for everyday practice.
Yes, and then answer them in English.
What am I doing? I'm studying English.
Good.
Where am I going? I'm going to the kitchen.
Good.
What do I need? I need coffee.
Mike, I knew that answer was coming.
It is a very important English sentence.
Let's move to a slightly harder situation. Imagine you are talking with an English-speaking friend, and you do not understand something.
I might start translating the sentence in my head.
Instead, use a simple English question.
Like, could you say that again?
Exactly. You can also say, what does that mean? Or, could you speak a little more slowly?
Those phrases help me stay in English instead of going back to my first language.
That is an important point. When you have a problem, try to solve the problem in English.
So instead of thinking, I don't understand this sentence, I can say, could you explain that?
Exactly. Now I want you to practice. I will ask a question, and you answer in English. Do not translate a long answer. Keep it simple.
I'll answer too.
What do you usually do in the morning?
I usually wake up, wash my face, have breakfast, and start my day.
Good. Now think about your own morning and answer the question aloud.
Take your time, but try not to build the answer in your first language first.
Here is another question. What do you like to do in your free time?
I like listening to music and watching videos. Sometimes I also go for a walk.
Excellent. Now it's your turn. Answer with 2 or 3 simple sentences.
And remember, simple is okay.
Mike, tell me about a time when translating in your head caused a problem.
Oh, I have a funny story. I was talking to an English-speaking friend, and I wanted to say, I am looking forward to seeing you.
That is a useful phrase.
But I translated every part in my head. I became so slow that my friend thought I had forgotten what I wanted to say.
What did you finally say?
I said, I want to see you in the future.
That is understandable, but I'm looking forward to seeing you sounds more natural.
Yes. Later, I learned the whole phrase. Now I can say it much faster.
That is a perfect example of why learning phrases is helpful.
Do you have a similar story, Emily?
Yes. When I was learning another language, I sometimes translated jokes in my head before saying them.
That sounds dangerous.
It was. By the time I finished translating the joke, nobody was waiting for the joke anymore.
So the joke died in translation.
Exactly. That taught me something important. Natural speaking needs speed, but speed comes from practice, not pressure.
I like that. We do not need to force our brains to be fast. We need to train them little by little.
Exactly. There is another thing you can do. When you learn a new word, connect it to an image or situation.
Instead of translating the word into my language?
Yes. Imagine the object, action, or feeling. If you learn apple, imagine an apple. If you learn cold, imagine a cold morning.
If I learn sleepy, I imagine myself at 7 in the morning.
That works very well.
If I learn excited, I imagine getting good news.
Exactly. You are connecting English with meaning directly.
What should I do when I make a grammar mistake while speaking?
If you can correct yourself naturally, do it. But do not stop the entire conversation for one small mistake.
So if I say, yesterday I go to the park, I can quickly change it to, yesterday I went to the park, and continue.
Yes, that is a healthy way to learn.
And I should not think about the mistake for 10 minutes.
Exactly. Notice it, learn from it, and keep speaking.
That sounds much more relaxing.
Let's do a quick challenge. I will say a situation, and Mike must answer immediately with simple English.
No translation?
No translation.
Okay, my brain is nervous.
You are hungry.
I'm hungry, I need something to eat.
You are tired.
I'm tired, I need some rest.
You cannot find your phone.
Where's my phone? I can't find it.
You find it under a book.
Oh, there it is.
Excellent.
That was fast.
Because you used simple phrases that you already know. Now let's make it a little harder. Imagine you are meeting a new person.
Okay,
Hello, my name is Emily, nice to meet you. What is your name?
hi, I'm Mike, nice to meet you too.
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada, how about you?
I'm from the United States. What do you like to do in your free time?
I like listening to music, watching movies, and learning English.
Wonderful. Notice how the conversation uses simple questions and ready-to-use phrases.
And I do not need to translate every sentence.
Exactly, you can focus on the person, the meaning, and the conversation.
Emily, what is the biggest mistake learners make when they try to stop translating?
Sometimes they try to stop translating completely overnight. That can create too much pressure.
So what should they do instead?
Reduce translation gradually. Start with very familiar situations. Think in English for a few minutes each day.
Like 5 minutes while I drink coffee.
Exactly. You can think, the coffee is hot. I'm sitting at the table. I have work today.
And maybe, this coffee is excellent.
Yes. That is a good English thought. You can also create an English-only zone in your day. For example, during breakfast, use only simple English thoughts.
What if I forget a word?
Describe it with words you know. This trains your brain to stay in English.
So if I forget spoon, I can think, I need the small thing I use to eat soup.
Exactly. Later, you can learn the word spoon, but you did not stop communicating.
That makes English feel more like a real skill and less like a test.
That is the goal. Let's review some important phrases from today. Mike, are you ready?
Ready. My brain has stopped asking for coffee and is ready for English.
First phrase, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Second, let me think.
Let me think.
Third, could you say that again?
Could you say that again?
Fourth, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Fifth, could you speak more slowly?
Could you speak more slowly?
Sixth, how about you?
How about you?
Seventh, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Eighth, I can't remember the word.
I can't remember the word.
Ninth, it means.
It means.
And 10th, I can explain it another way.
I can explain it another way.
These phrases are useful because they help you communicate without returning to your first language every time you have a problem.
And we also learned a few important ideas. Use simple English, learn whole phrases, connect words with images, and practice thinking in English during daily activities.
Exactly. We also learned that mistakes are normal. You do not need perfect English before you start speaking.
You start speaking, and speaking helps your English become better.
Beautifully said. Now let's have one final short conversation using what we learned.
Okay. I will try not to translate.
Mike, what are you doing after this lesson?
I'm going to take a short break. Then I'm going to practice English for another 10 minutes.
Great. What will you practice?
I will describe what I see around me in English. I will also make simple questions and answer them.
Excellent. What will you do if you forget a word?
I will explain the idea with easier English instead of stopping completely.
Wonderful. And what will you do if you make a grammar mistake?
I will correct it if I can, learn from it, and keep speaking.
Perfect. And what will you do tomorrow?
I will practice again. I want English to become more automatic.
That is exactly the right attitude.
Can I give our listeners one piece of advice?
Of course.
Do not wait until your English is perfect. Start with the English you already know.
I love that advice. Your first sentences may be simple. That is okay. Simple sentences are the foundation of confident speaking.
And please do not be afraid of small mistakes.
Yes. Every mistake can teach you something. The important thing is to keep listening, keep speaking, and keep practicing.
And if your brain translates sometimes, do not get angry with it.
Exactly. Your brain is learning a new habit. Be patient with yourself.
Maybe I should tell my brain, good job. Let's practice again tomorrow.
That is a wonderful idea. Now, before we say goodbye, think about your own English learning experience. When do you usually translate in your head?
Do you translate when you speak with someone, when you write, or when you try to answer a question?
Choose one situation and describe it in English. You can use simple sentences.
For example, you can say, I translate when I talk to new people. I want to speak faster, so I will practice simple phrases.
Excellent. You can pause the podcast and say your own answer aloud.
Remember, your answer does not have to sound perfect. It just needs to be yours.
You did a wonderful job today. You stayed with us, listened carefully, and practiced thinking about English in a new way.
And hopefully, your brain is a little less interested in translation now.
Today, we learned that you do not have to translate every sentence before speaking.
You can start with simple thoughts, useful phrases, everyday questions, and easy descriptions.
You can connect English directly with pictures, actions, feelings, and real situations.
And when you forget a word, explain the idea with the English you already know.
That is how confidence grows.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. We hope this lesson helps you speak English with less hesitation and more confidence.
If you enjoyed the lesson, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends who are learning English.
Your support gives us motivation to create more helpful listening and speaking lessons for you.
And remember, practice does not have to be long. A few minutes of focused English every day can make a real difference.
Be patient with yourself. Keep your sentences simple. Keep your mind in English as much as you can.
And most importantly, believe that you can improve.
We believe in you, even when your brain wants to translate everything.
We wish you and your family a happy, peaceful, healthy day filled with positive energy.
Take care, everyone. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep practicing.
Thank you for learning with us. See you in the next lesson.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself.